yeah, Kevin, thank you so much for joining this talk about the Karen Carpenter's solo album and the demo tapes. And like I said, it feels like there's been years in the making. I'm so happy we can make this work. And may you gonna introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Kevin Cavanaugh. I'm a professional musician here in the United States, now living in Michigan. And for my livelihood, I play piano, I sing. I had a little group. It was featured on America's Got Talent in 2006. But I continue to sing and play music and record as well here in Michigan right now.
Thank you so much. So I'm gonna start with the short story of the solo album and how it took place. I try to be as accurate as I can with the facts because there's many stuff going through the grapevine. Somebody says this, somebody says that. So I'm trying to be as accurate as I am. And like I said, if you find something is not correct or you have a different information, just put it out there.
Okay, I'll let you know, Nadine.
Perfect. So everybody kind of knows who's watching the Carpenters. I think this is one of the most successful albums now and then.
Yeah.
Actually, a beautiful threefold, gatefold. I don't know how they call that. The Carpenters was one of, like I said, 70s most successful acts, and I think they still are. They had hits like Superstar, Close to You, Ticket to Ride. I also have one of these oh,
wow.
Somebody wrote the name on it.
Signed it?
I tried to remove it, but the name, someone like Karen Carpenter, but
it looks like her, it actually looks like her signature.
Yeah, it might be her signature. Like we've only just begun, it's also on that. And by the end of the 70s, Richard had to take a break out of personal reasons. And like this is again, Karen Carpenter decided, or maybe was led to the decision or whatever, to do a solo album. And that's what she did starting in, I think, May 1979. And she was having, I think, the best people available. She had Phil Ramone as the producer, Billy Idol's band.
Billy Joel's band.
Billy Joel, sorry, not Billy, Billy Joel's band. And I have a surprise. I do have, and this will be shown at the end of the clip once it's available. It's a great goodie for everybody. Jay Asher is actually singing for us the version of Something's Missing in My Life.
Wow.
And and what we also hear is the demo track from If I Had You, a Fan's Favorite, the original demo, which was sent to Phil Ramone and Karen to think if this will be a track for the record or not. This is the first time ever people will hear that.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
wow.
I'll put it at the end of the video so that you guys and everyone can enjoy it, and it's finally available. So, like I said, it's 1979. Karen is in the studio recording tracks. I don't know how many tracks she actually recorded. Do you know that, Kevin?
From Carpenters Forum, from some Yahoo groups, I believe there was a total of 19.
Wow.
It was either 18 and the 19th would have been the last one, was a duet with Peter Cetera that did appear. And she supposedly recorded that in LA. And singing to his track. I guess they flew it in from New York, but I'm pretty sure it's 19 tracks.
Wow. So thank you. So she recorded these tracks. Some of them were finished to be released, and I think also in May 1980, Karen Carpenter decided to not release the album.
Correct.
Why the album was not released? Also, there's so many speculations. you know, but I think at the end of the day, it was Karen who pulled the plug on not releasing the album.
understood. That's what it sounds like. A lot of people thought the record company and Richard didn't think it was going to sell, so they suggested she shelve it. And some say the record company and Richard had put pressure on her to shelve it. But yes, that's another that's another mystery that remains to be resolved.
Yeah. Maybe they do a biopic or some documentary about that. I would love to see that. Somebody who's really getting
just the sessions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be great. So and then by the late 80s, Karen Carpenter died in 1983. By the late 80s, Richard decided to produce an album with tracks which he actually recorded for the session for a solo album, and he remixed them and put them on this album Loveliness in 1989.
Love Lines, yes.
And the tracks were Loveliness, If We Try, Remember When Lovin' Took All Night, and one of my favorites is If I Had You.
Yes.
So this, and I think they were also released on some kind of box set from the Carpenters, some tracks.
From the top,
Yeah,
yes.
from the top. Thank you very much. And actually, I heard the original album first, and then I heard this record, and I was kind of I didn't at first like the remixes by Richard.
Okay.
For example, If I Had You, I think sounded better on the CD release of her album. But after a few spins, I kind of also like these versions, but they're different.
Sure.
What's your, do you know these remixes and the tracks?
I do. Hands down, I have a hard time deciphering what was changed on the Love Lines album from the original mixes. But evidently, I guess Phil approved of them. Phil Ramone, the producer, evidently approved of them. But no, it was wonderful to hear a few slices on that Love Lines album. It's actually a really good compilation.
Yeah,
that Richard put together. It's beautiful.
Yeah, all in all, it's a very good album. It's a very good album, really.
Yes.
I gave it a few spins a few days ago, and I was like, oh, I need to change my mind about that album.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's one of my favorites, actually.
Yes, really, it really is. So everyone who's out there should get a copy of this album. It's beautiful done. So, and then it was considered, as far as I understood, that the tapes from the session, somebody gave them away, so there was some circulation of the songs among some people. And that might have been a reason that Richard finally decided in 1996 to release the album as it was intended to be in 1980.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if that's true either. I think maybe the fans just gave him enough pressure to put out something that she had finished, and she loved it. And come on, it was produced by Phil Ramone. He had just gotten done getting a Grammy Award for Paul Simon's Still Crazy After All These Years album. And he was in the middle of working on Billy Joel's 52nd Street album. So Phil was at the top of his game in production. And so, but I was glad that Richard put the album out, the Karen Carpenter solo album.
Yeah, and I was, when I was trying to get a copy of it, I was kind of surprised that it wasn't released on LP, on vinyl, but there were the mid-90s, I think LP.
Right.
So
it wasn't that.
It wasn't that thing. So, but I do
popular.
hope that one day they will be releasing the whole session, or they will release at least the solo album on vinyl.
Vinyl.
So this is actually the CD. I don't know why I got the Japanese version back then, but I somehow have the Japanese version. This is the cover art from. Actually, this is not the original intended cover art. They changed the
Okay.
picture. I found on a message board, I will zoom in the picture in post-production of this video. I zoom in the original cover art as it was intended to be. They also had some for marketing reasons, they had some things to push in Windows for the record companies with the original artwork, but they destroyed it. And some people,
Right.
A&M, put some of these aside, and they're somewhere, but yes, some of them are still in existence. So this is not the original cover art, and from what I understood, some fans were not so happy with
Yeah.
the cover. So
I actually have a poster. I have a poster.
Oh no!
Yes, I have to go run and get it.
Go get it.
Well, see, this was
Oh wow!
the promo poster they had for the solo album.
I'm so jealous, Kevin. I'm getting green.
It was actually sent to me by someone, a friend at A&M Records, and it was just a few posters made.
Wow,
yeah.
This is like one of a kind thing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I'm yes.
So this is actually a piece of history, Kevin. That's awesome.
I will treat it like one now. Yes.
Yeah, do that. There are people out there who are eager to get anything from the solo album. This is actually, I've never seen that before. So getting marketing stuff from the solo album, which was never released, is so rare, you know.
Right.
So cool. Thanks for sharing that.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and well, for the Japanese release, that's the inside of it. There was an obi with the CD, and that's the backside of it.
Awesome.
You can get the CD. It's not expensive. The CD is about 10 to 15 bucks. So
sure,
quite affordable. So when I did the research about the solo albums, I came along some demo tracks, and I was kind of I got them. I think back in the day, you had these platforms where you could download MP3s,
yes.
which was not so legal at that time, but well,
right.
So, yeah,
and it was the remaining 9 songs that they had never released, and they were floating around the internet. There was a guy who was selling CDs of these 9 songs on eBay or through the Yahoo forums group at the time that Carpenters fans went to. And yes, I got one of those, but the quality, you could tell there was cassette hiss, and there was like drummers introducing things, 1, 2, 3, 4, a lot of production talk. These were not polished tracks at all. They were just say like maybe they got done with a recording session and they just made a mix to to take back on a cassette and listen to it to see how you would change it. And but 9 of these unreleased songs got collected and were circulated on this CD. And I happen to have one, and every time I would play it, I'd be like, oh, if I can get rid of the hiss, or there should be a verse here and not an instrumental, or some of the songs needed more instruments, like horns, like what Phil Ramone would add to say, like a Billy Joel song or a Paul Simon song. So I understand his way of arranging, or he had people arrange, but producing the wonderful finished product that Billy Joel and Paul Simon had put out. So big fan of both.
Yeah, because I had the same experience when I downloaded the MP3s, which are very less quality from the cassette. I heard the hiss and everything, and I had my earplugs in, and I was listening to Something's Missing in My Life, and I hardly get emotional, but this was the first time I cried hearing a song. This was so pure, and you had very few musicians on it, and she was just singing. It was no auto-tune back at that time. It was just pure singing, and I was like, oh my God, this is so
Yeah,
wonderful. And
yeah.
so then I tried to get more information about the demo tapes, and that's when this came up.
Got it. Yeah.
So, and Kevin, that's when we got in touch, because what you did with this demo tapes as a professional musician is so precious, wonderful, unique, and so unofficial.
It is
But
unofficial, I know.
that I had to talk with you. And before I tried to make another video, I asked you if it's okay for you to talk about that, because I wanted to make a video about this record. And so I asked you if it's okay for you to talk about it, because it's not official, but
Right.
people can in touch with you if they're interested in it. You might know someone who produces or sells them. Let me put it that way.
Exactly.
So yeah, tell me something about this record, how you made the artwork for it. You already told how you got hold of the demo tapes.
Right.
I showed the backside for the people as well. This is the back. Great picture, by the way. Great.
Yes,
picture.
isn't it? That surfaced maybe 5-6 years ago, and I believe it's actually from a session, a photography session of Karen and Richard, and she's getting ready. They're doing her hair, it looks like, or something. But it was actually from one of the last photo sessions that Richard and Karen did, and it's just somebody snapped a photo, and that surfaced on the internet and on Facebook, and I just grabbed it because I thought it was just fitting for just something on message in the bottle.
Because she gets in preparation for something. It's like with the demo songs, in being in preparation for the real deal, not just the demo. So it has, for me, a double meaning, knowing the story behind the picture.
Exactly, sure. And the cover was one of the outtakes from I believe it was February 3rd, 1980, with the photographer who did Olivia Newton-John's Totally Hot cover. Was the same photographer, and that was an outtake, and those photos have surfaced also all over the internet and through Carpenters fan groups.
I'm so happy that people are leaking stuff. Actually, I do understand the artist's point of view and saying, I'm not so happy with leaking stuff because the musicians are not getting paid and people are
right.
stealing things. But honestly, if they would release it, I would buy it. But if they don't release it and I have the opportunity to hear unreleased tracks from one of the greatest solo singers
of all, exactly. And if you look at the cover, it kind of looks like she's smiling and looking down at us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. For everybody, sorry, for everybody not getting confused, this doesn't originally belong to the cover. She's in that moment looking down on the signature of Jay Asher, who was kindly enough to sign this for me. So for everyone who's getting this is just imagine the signature.
Yes.
How did you come up with the title?
I really don't know. I just hands down, in putting together some of these songs, I always felt a little voice in my head just urging me to do it, finish. I'm not kidding. I actually sang with the Carpenters when I was a teenager in Muskegon, Michigan, doing Sing a Song, and their music has always been very important to me in my life. But I don't know, I just heard a little voice, but something over and over kept saying this was just a message in the bottle, something that had, it's just coming back to leave word. Hard to get philosophical about it.
Yeah, but it's sorry, I show for the people to show also the record for the people. I think there was also a CD version. If you're not
yes, that's that's what it was originally. Yes.
So tell me something about it, of the process. You got the CD with the master tapes from some kind of group, from someone, and what did you do with them to make this record? Because to me it sounds like so much better than everything else. You know, like you said, the hiss is removed. I hear vocals, but to me it seems like that you did the whole music new.
It was just being a fan. I wanted to hear some of the songs without hiss, and like the first song on the LP was "Keep My Love Light Burning." We're having some dogs in the background here.
No problem.
The first song was "Keep My Love Light Burning," and that was just basic rhythm track in her voice. And when you got to the chorus, I imagined hearing say Phil adding horns, or like in a Paul McCartney sense, to make it to drive that chorus and make it important and memorable. And I just tried that. I used a very small keyboard of mine that could make horn sections and also other different instruments. And I added a horn section to the chorus and then edited it out. There was a lot of instrumental music in between the demo, as you may have heard. And it was just kind of going nowhere. The song was not wanting to finish, but I would just recopy the choruses where after a bridge and copy it and fade out and just make it a track to sound like something you'd want to hear on the radio. Being a professional musician, I've had a group and we did a lot of recordings, and I have a very good ear of knowing where to begin, what's in the middle, does it need an instrumental, and just end it.
Yeah, because to me, a message in a bottle, what you've created is the closest you can get to this, all this as this demo as it should have sounded when it was released.
Finished, sure. The second song, what is it? Don't
Try to win me back. Hmm?
Do you know what, Nadine? That sounded pretty much mixed, except there was drum pattern. There was people talking at the beginning of the tape, and the drum intro was, goodness, it was probably 4 times longer than what it was edited down to. So it was just a matter of cutting different things out and putting together verse, chorus, and and driving or letting it fade out, bring it home. But that tune sounded like it was ready to be on any record.
I'm not so into Carpenters, not so big. I enjoy their stuff, but could you tell me something about "I Want to Be Free"? Because there was a great finishing to that album.
Okay, thank you. "I Want to Be Free" was an original 40-second clip that they did on a TV show in 1970. And that had been circulating the internet for years. And there was 5 other songs that were 40-second clips of songs that they did. And I also did, I'll send it to you later, but I also did "New World Coming" from this section. But getting back to "I Want to Be Free," it was just a 40-second clip. I cleaned it up. I put in my own rhythm track. I wrote my own oboe introduction and gave it an instrumental. And then I sped the tape up to reflect a key change on the second part. And that started me to cleaning up the other 9 tracks. So that was the first thing I did.
Yeah, because people need to know that you made out of a 40-second track a 2 minutes and 30 song.
Yeah,
that's something that's pretty amazing and a lot of work.
It was a hobby, and I used to do it when I couldn't unwind from a gig I would get home at 1 or 2 in the morning from playing piano, and I would just tool around with the music and just edit things and put things together. So, but I also did that with a song called New World Coming, and that's on the internet also. It's from same TV show in the same spot says I Want to Be Free.
Yeah, because I was like I said, I'm not so the hardcore Carpenters fan, so I don't know about other unreleased stuff or things. So I was like, I want to be free. Where's that from? And it was such a beautiful ending, if you know the story from the demo tapes and all of this. So I was like, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
So how, once you finished with cleaning up the demo stuff, what gave you the idea to release the tracks?
It was just I was putting them together on CDs for Carpenter friends of mine, and just sending CDs out, and just to say, oh, how do you like this? Isn't this amazing? You know, Jimmy Mac, that's amazing. I added sound clips from Martha Reeves and Vandellas into that song.
Ah, okay.
And the original horn part, the instrumental part, was a sampled clip taken from the Martha Reeves recording, but I had to transpose it down to fit Karen's key. So and then it just makes it sound more like actually ready-made 45. I'm really proud of that one. And I added the Vandellas in the back, just going Jimmy Mac singing with her. But I had to transpose it to make it work.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, because I thought, okay, they copied exactly the style of them, but now I know that there are the Vandellas. That's pretty awesome. You put a lot of work in this. How much time did that take?
It was probably, well, it was over a span of 4 years. I do know that.
4 years.
Yes, it would be little by little when I had time to putz around as a hobby and edit and clean up music, because I was busy with my own stuff at the time. So, but once I put the 9 together, and then I added I Want to Be Free at the end for friends who were Carpenters friends, and they're from all over the US actually, and they just said, you know, can you just put a cover on it and make it a CD? And I did, and that's where Message in a Bottle came, and I was just convinced that was it. So, but thank you. It does sound like a complete album to me.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
And a lot of my friends, yes,
yeah.
they were amazed.
Yeah, but it actually is, and I can only recommend to everybody who's watching it to get in touch with Kevin. I put his, if that's okay for you, Kevin, his Facebook page. Do you have an email address which I can, or some kind of contact data which I can post?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So all of you guys, if you are interested in that, I'll leave download the link to get in touch with Kevin, and he might know how to get one of these. But I can only recommend it. It's if you buy it, maybe I would recommend that you buy the vinyl version.
Hands down, there was only less than 50 copies made.
I can only recommend that you buy the CD version.
Okay, there you go. The vinyl was for friends. It started out as friends, and we had some left over. You're lucky you got one.
Yeah, it wasn't that cheap, but
no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. But on YouTube, you also put that out. So if people want to get an impression, they can also listen to that on YouTube. I can put that
all on YouTube. Yep.
Yeah, I put that link down below, and maybe you get so many requests of people who would love to have the record. Maybe you make another version of records.
Another run. There is a YouTube clip that does feature the finished products, and then on the second half of the clip, it's the original demos that I worked with.
Cool. Oh, I'll put that.
That's the good link. Yeah, and it'll show from beginning, or from the finished product to what we first heard.
That's cool. And the cover, did you make that yourself, or was that
I did.
you did everything yourself?
Yeah, I have my own band. I've been trying to promote my own self, my own things. You learn artwork, you put on many different hats, and learn to do different things. But yeah, that was a labor of love, and it's a labor, and nothing to take away from Richard or the Carpenters, or
Yeah.
but these songs had been floating out on the internet, and somebody was gonna clean those up and put those out.
Yeah.
Anyone with a good ear and some know-how, they would have done it. But I heard a whisper in my ear, it should be me.
Yeah, it should be you, and it was perfect. Some of these songs, like Something's Missing in Your Life, were recorded by many people. I do have, or I found a version by a singer called Lady Sylvia, and she did a version of
Wow,
Something's Missing in Your Life.
really?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, wow.
I'll send you the clip. The thing is, from all the versions I've heard, Karen's is the one who's really haunting me. This is like the version.
Understood. It's as striking as when you hear her sing a song for you.
Mm.
When you hear that opening piano and that voice comes right out, I got the same goosebumps from
Yeah.
that demo, and especially after I cleaned it up. That was there. They were there.
And what I also want to point out for the people who are watching, that they Asher, the songwriter and composer of Something's Missing in Your Life, also approved your version. He was amazed.
Really
Yeah,
awesome.
he loved it.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, and that's pretty amazing. For me, it was very important to make sure that people, listen to that and being aware of this, what you did.
Wow. That's awesome of you, Nadine.
Yeah,
Amazing job on your part.
well, I didn't do so much, and just being lucky enough to find you and to get in touch with you and have the opportunity to listen to that. And as many people as possible should listen to this great music and what you did with it, because these demos, in my opinion, deserve to be out there.
So do I. Thank you, Nadine. Yep.
But what did I ask you? What's your favorite track?
Um, Actually, the way I edited Love Making Love to You, if you hear the original demo, it just was a song that went nowhere. But hands down, it had this very catchy chorus, but she only sang it once, and then they moved on to another verse. And then she sang a verse and then did another chorus. Well, I took the chorus and I backed it. I made it sound, I put them back to back to back to back, then faded it out. It sounds like I was most happy with the editing on that one. It sounds like a ready-made 45, something that uh, something we would have heard on the radio in the 1980s had Karen gone on to be known as a solo artist.
Hmm. And concerning the sessions again, I just read again. I totally forgot that Rod Temperton was also included in songwriting as many tracks. And I think many of you know he wrote a Rock With You for Michael Jackson. He wrote Thriller. He wrote really blockbuster songs.
Right. And they were friends he was staying at Phil Ramone's house the same time Karen was, as he was helping write arrangements and songs for her. And it is rumored that Rock With You was given to Karen first, but
Okay.
Phil Ramone had promised something for Michael Jackson. And so she was kind of mad at Phil for not letting her do the Rock With You. But that's from Carpenter's forum and hearsay. So, but Rod Temperton, they worked closely with each other, and I guess they were really good friends throughout the solo sessions.
Yeah, and I wish there would have she made the decision to do it. It's not like the Great American Songbook or something, but it could have been a very, very good start for something new, and also it was a whole new direction. I wish you would have done that. And what my absolutely dream single from her solo album would have been, on the A side, If I Had You, and on the B side, My Body Keeps Changing My Mind. That would be
Oh, yeah.
Single. That would be it. Really.
That would be. Did you know Japan put out a promo 45 of If I Had You?
Yeah, I tried for years to get it.
I got it. Yeah, it's nice to have, but yeah, My Body Keeps Changing My Mind would be a good single also.
But I think that's the version from the Loveliness album.
Right, Love Lines. Yes.
Love Lines. Exactly.
Love Lines. No
Love
problem.
Lines, and not the version. I really, for my personal taste, like the full Ramon version better than Richard versions. What's yeah, it has more.
I don't have any take on it. I'm just I just enjoy hearing the songs.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, it's beautiful. Oh, what's
there's no tapists.
Yeah.
There's no tapists.
They all have their right to be out there.
Yep.
At least they're out there, and people will be remembered of the Carpenters, of Karen Carpenter, of great vocalist.
Yeah, exactly.
So Kevin, is there anything you want to add?
No, but I've really enjoyed my chat with you, Nadine, and I like your channel as well. I've been watching some of your shows, so.
Oh, thank you
fantastic.
very much. If you have some ideas of what I could be bringing up next, or some album I should talk about, just let me know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Or if you have an album you want to talk about, just let me know, and we talk about the album together.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
You're a professional musician. You have an absolutely different point of view on an album than I have as just a listener. So we might work out something. That would be great.
Sure. We will stay in touch.
We will, of course we will. And so Kevin, thank you so much. For everybody else who's watching, we're only now showing you the Jay Asher version of Something's Missing in My Life, and also If I Had You.
Fantastic.
So
hello, my name is Jay Asher, and I'm a songwriter. For many years I wrote songs with the late Paul Jabara, and one of the songs we wrote was called Something's Missing in My Life. It was recorded a number of times by a number of people. It was recorded by the late Karen Carpenter for her solo album, but unfortunately was never released. I was asked to play and sing it for you, so here we go. 5:52 a.m. I'm awake and thinking about my life. 5:53 and I can see I won't sleep a wink tonight. 6 a.m. Where's my pen? I might as well get up and write a song and try to work out why, when everything seems right, why do I feel so wrong? Something's missing in my life. Could it be you? Could it be you and me? Something's missing in my life. Oh, come and be right where I need you to be for all my life. Got my house, got my fancy car. Everything's going like I planned so far. But something's not there that should be there, and I gotta find it somewhere. Since the day You left my side. I've torn myself apart, and I still can't decide. Is it you I miss, or did you merely hurt my pride? Something's missing in my life. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you and me. If you're what's missing in my life, then baby, come to me. Come fill this need in me for all my life. For all my life. All my life. If you were here, I'd find a way to make you understand what I find so hard to say, that I love you and you're what's missing in my life. Baby, baby, something's missing in my life. Baby, it's you. Baby, it's you and me. You're what's missing in my life. So come and be right where I need you to be for all my life. If you enjoyed this, I hope you'll go to CD Baby or Apple Tunes or Spotify or any of the usual places and buy my new pop CD that I did last year called Honestly. Bye-bye.
I wouldn't have a TV in the bedroom. I wouldn't have this teardrop in my eye. I wouldn't need the radio to be my lullaby if I had you. If I had you, I wouldn't need the sun to light the morning. If I could have your love to light my life, I'd never for a second give our love